Down south slanging, rolling with these hustlers. Try and get rid of all you haters and you busters. Down south slanging, rolling with these hustlers. Trying to get rid of all you haters and you busters. What's the sense of it all? Pimping powder and trying to make pennies. See me lie on the stand, guess hell ain't harder than prison. Who knows? In the 90s, a traffic stop get you tickets, a joke. Now they find you a traffic stop, get you riddled with holes. We be living too fast, we be sipping it slow. One my was selling work, now he's selling no shows. I'm EJ, that's growth. Pay attention, take note. You over 40 and moving work, better be by the...
Hello and welcome to episode number 54 of WITM Season 7, as we have a stacked NXT 2.0 card for you. The Go Home NXT 2.0 before a special edition of NXT next week, which will be the Great American Bash and feature loads of title matches, some of which may feature WITM members depending on what happens here on this card. First is going to be Tiger Brown, looking to get his first win in over a month as he takes on an old rival of his, Cameron Grimes. And then is going to be a WITM debut as the twin brother of Cabbage's, Darf, makes his in-ring debut. Technically in-ring debut. You'll find out how it's technically an in-ring debut here in a moment when we have a promo segment. But he will be debuting against Wilde of Legado del Fantasma, now part of the larger stable, the D'Angelo family. And then in the main event is going to be Matthew and Devon Rage of the Rage family taking on the NXT Tag Team Champions, Chase University, and a huge matchup for them because if the Rages win, they will earn themselves an NXT Tag Team title rematch against Chase University next week at the Great American Bash. But prior to our in-ring action, we do have a promo segment I just alluded to, explaining a little bit as to what is going on with this whole Darf and Cabbages situation. Let's find out and head to the ring. Okay, and Cabbages is in the ring, microphone in hand. What does he have to say? So, I have a bit of a confession to make. A couple of weeks ago, when I faced Cameron Grimes, it wasn't exactly me behind this black and purple outfit. See, I was still back home recovering from the injury I suffered at In Your House, and the man who competed as me was this man, my twin brother, the newest Falcon Claw who will be making his real debut later tonight, Darf, the Wolfman. Okay, so some people's suspicions have been confirmed 2 weeks ago when Cabbages faced Cameron Grimes. Cabbages was still recovering from an injury. We could tell during that match that the mannerisms of Cabbages during his entrance and during the match itself were quite a bit different than what we were used to seeing from Cabbages, as because it was indeed Darf, the twin brother of Cabbages. Darf was a bit of a different build, a little bit more buff, a little bit more power in some of his moves, with Cabbages being more of a bit of a high flyer. And now we're going to hear from Darf, who has been revealed to have his own gimmick as the Wolfman. What does he have to say? That's right. 2 weeks ago you only saw a small fraction of what I can do because I was imitating my brother's moveset and mannerisms. But tonight, for the first time, you will see the full power of the Wolfman unleashed. And I promise you all, I'm about to run wild here on NXT. Okay, and that's just the stage for Darf's in-ring debut against Wilde of Legado del Fantasma and the larger D'Angelo family. But that is our second of 3 WITM matches, because prior to that, it is Tiger Brown looking for his first win in over a Universe month against an old rival of his, Cameron Grimes. Tiger Brown will be accompanied by all of the Falcon Claw members that are on Raw, as they hope to help lead him to getting back into the win column. Will Cameron Grimes get revenge for Tiger Brown defeating him for the North American title earlier in this season, or will Tiger Brown be able to get back into the win column and defeat Grimes? Let's find out and get our first of 3 WITM matches underway.
return, you might have time to speak. There barely was a lesson learned, 'cause it will return all favors back to me. I'm sure it tasted oh so sweet, but it was never good enough for me. I bit the tongue behind my teeth. It was never good enough for me. Said you always keep your word. Show me what you're after. I thought you promised me the world. Tell me what you're after. Don't wanna take it way too far, 'cause here we are, waiting once again. You say you always keep your word. Show me what you're after, just a little faster. Are mine the only eyes that see so steadily this cut and dry routine? Even when you're by my side, I still need.
There's the bell. This match is underway, and these two men, as I alluded to prior to this match, have history early on in the season. Cameron Grimes with the North American title and defended against Tiger Brown and Apollo Crews. Tiger Brown defeated Apollo Crews to force Cameron Grimes to give up his title without even being pinned or submitted, but then the following week in the debut of the Falcon Claws, Tiger Brown pinned Cameron Grimes in that 8-man tag team match. And now for the first time in Tiger Brown's career, they face off one-on-one, as Brown already has Grimes' body in the yellow zone. Remember last week, or 2 weeks ago, Cameron Grimes had a great back and forth match with fellow Falcon Claw Cabbages that saw Grimes score a close victory here. Now he'll be looking to defeat another Falcon Claw. But right now it is Tiger Brown in control, looking good early on. Getting back in the win column, of course, will be important for Tiger, as he loves to do, trying to damage the hands and fingers of his opponent, with Grimes already stunned. Brown has a camel clutch locked in, and Grimes is able to break that up, and now they lock up. But there's Brown with a great belly-to-belly suplex, and now Grimes being kicked in the back and in the arm, as well as Brown is going to go back after the hand and fingers of Grimes. And now the body of Grimes in the orange zone. Brown looking very good early on. If things keep up, he'll be back in the win column. Beautiful springboard 450 from Brown that nearly scores him the victory right there. But Grimes powers out 2.5 and shoves Brown aside. But so far this match has been all Brown, and he has Grimes on the ropes. But here comes Grimes, or perhaps his first offense of the match. Belly-to-belly suplex. And a massive suplex by Grimes into the corner. Now Grimes looking to give Brown a taste of his own medicine. Perhaps he was thinking going top rope, but that fails as Brown hits another belly-to-belly and now stomps away at the elbow of Grimes. Standing moonsault by Brown to send Grimes' body into the red zone and put him at risk of injury. And another, but this time Grimes is able to evade. Now Grimes looking to change the momentum in his favor. I believe he just stole Brown's finisher. He used caught on the flip side against Brown. The ultimate disrespect. I don't think this rivalry between these two men is going to end anytime soon. Grimes stealing the finisher of Brown, hitting him with his own finisher, caught on the flip side. Not quite sure how he accomplished that. Must still be an ability in this game, but Grimes stealing the finisher of Tiger Brown that he had built up. And now momentum starting to turn in favor of Grimes following that ultimate disrespect. There's a crossbody by Brown. Brown looking to lock in a submission, center ring, sharpshooter. We know Grimes is definitely injured. Will he tap here? And the hold has been broken. Now Brown has another finisher built up, but goes for cover following that sharpshooter. Grimes powers out at 2.5. And now, will he get to use his own finisher? We saw Grimes use it earlier. No, Grimes is able to power out of it and now has his finisher built up and first goes for cover. And Grimes powers out at 2.5. Now Brown forced up. And Grimes hits his own finisher and goes for cover. And nearly scores the victory. This has turned into a great back and forth match. We've seen moments where Brown was doing better, moments where Grimes was doing better. This is a great back and forth contest. Grimes wants revenge for the loss of his North American title. Brown wants back in the win column and revenge for Grimes defeating fellow Falcon Claw Cavities 2 weeks ago. Brown with a 450, I believe hit on the flip side earlier, though it didn't look like it was the full strength of it. He goes for cover. And nearly puts Grimes away, arguing with the official. He thought he had him, but this referee says this match continues. Now Brown heads to the corner in front of his fellow Falcon Claws who are cheering him on. And that connects, a signature maneuver of Brown's. Now Brown going back after the hand and fingers of Grimes. Both men have finishers built up. It might be the next man who hit their finisher that wins this match, but Brown wants to put him away right now. And does. Tiger Brown is back in the win column by defeating Cameron Grimes.
Here is your winner, Tiger.
Okay, and now it's time for our second of 3 WITM matches on this NXT 2.0 card. It is a WITM debut, kind of, as we've already seen Darf compete 2 weeks ago using the entrance and the music and the mannerisms and moveset of his twin brother Cavities, but now we're going to see what Darf can do on his own and his own entrance, music, moveset, and mannerisms. A man who will not have exactly the same privilege is his opponent, Joaquin Wilde, who, per losing the Turf War match at In Your House, must walk out with rival Tony D'Angelo to his music. Joaquin Wilde making his return to singles action after being mainly a tag team competitor. Will Joaquin Wilde win his singles return, or will it be Darf in his official in-ring debut scoring the victory? Let's find out and get our second of 3 WITA matches underway.
It's all about family. The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the family from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 175 pounds, Joaquin Wilde.
Satan by my side, and I'm haunted in the dark.
And his opponents are accompanied by K.B.G. from the internet, weighing in at 248 pounds, Wolfman D.
And there's the bell. The debut of Darf is underway. As Joaquin Wilde, his opponent, makes his return to singles action, but he is no stranger to singles action or success in the singles division. Prior to coming to the WWE, he wrestled in TNA Impact Wrestling as Zema Ion, where he was a former X Division champion. As Darf hits a diving elbow strike, we're going to see a bit of a hybrid of the high-flying moveset like you expect from Cabbages, as well as power. Think of kind of along the lines of an Apollo Crews for Darf's moveset, that hybrid of speed and power. And now we're seeing some of the power side of Darf's offense, that running power slam already sending Wilde's body into the yellow zone. Darf attempts a cross body but misses as Wilde misses a kick. A little bit of a botching here at the beginning of this match, to be truthful, but that looks a lot better. Wilde slammed into the knee of Darf. His body already in the orange zone. Darf looking good early on. And now, suplex by Darf. Wilde forced up and is able to reverse with an uppercut. And now a kick to the stomach. And a sunset flip by Wilde. And now Wilde with a springboard lion salt. Wilde actually looking a bit like Darf's twin brother Cabbages in his moveset. And now Wilde targeting the arm of Darf, trying to neutralize some of that power. And now targeting the leg. And it's locked in well, center ring, but Darf is able to break the hold with just a simple punch. Now a backbreaker, neckbreaker combo by Darf. Wilde forced up. Darf was trying to force Wilde into the corner, but Wilde was able to break it up with a series of elbows to send Darf's body into yellow zone, and now sends his head straight into the mat. Wilde drags Darf closer to center ring and goes for cover. And nearly spoils the debut of Darf, but he's able to power out at 2.5. But Wilde has a finisher built up. And he hits another sunset flip. Momentum starting to turn in favor of Joaquin Wilde as he looks to take flight. And Darf puts up the knees. Great ring awareness, especially for a rookie, as he reverses the finisher of Wilde. But then Wilde does the same to him. Now Darf lifts Wilde up and connects with a reverse DDT that didn't look quite great. We're seeing a little bit of botching and not exactly getting his full power of his moves from Darf early on. But hey, it's only his first match using his own moveset. Things like that will happen. Still looking pretty impressive. We've seen a lot of good from Darf as well. As the body of Wilde is in the red zone. Outstrip into the corner. Wilde forced to a tree of woe, and now Darf is going to use the firm handshake. We saw Cabbages use it first, but it was actually Darf that invented that move in the independents prior to coming to WWE. And now Wilde swings away, heads to the springboard. He connects with a springboard elbow and earns a finisher of his own. Both men have finishers. It may be the next finisher that wins this match. And Wilde is going to hit his as he goes for cover. Will Wilde spoil the debut of Darf? He nearly does, but Darf powers out just in the nick of time to keep this fight alive. Reversal by Darf with a punch to the gut. And now a roundhouse. And now Darf using his finisher, a tombstone. Variation of the tombstone power driver that sends the opponent's head crashing to his knees, but as he went for the pin, Wilde got a rope break. Darf looking to take flight here. Now we're starting to see some of the high flying side, but Wilde is able to evade. Now Wilde connects with a springboard lion salt that took a bit out of him as well with that weird landing on the legs of Darf. Darf's head sent into the canvas, and he goes for cover. And Wilde spoils the debut of Darf, but a great back and forth contest.
Here is your winner, Joaquin Wilde. It's all about family.
Okay, so definitely a few things to work on and a few rookie mistakes we saw from Darf, but definitely still a lot of potential there. He definitely has the potential to be a former, or rather a future, world champion. Just a first of hopefully many matches for Darf, but this time around it will be Joaquin Wilde scoring the victory and impressing not just his brothers in Legado del Fantasma, but his new stable leader, Tony D'Angelo, as well. But now we move on to our main event, as it is a huge opportunity for Devon and Matthew Rage as they take on the NXT Tag Team Champions, Chase University. If the Rages win here, it will be a rematch next week at the Great American Bash between these two teams, but that match will be an NXT Tag Team Championship match. Should the Rages lose, Chase University will face a different opponent next week. Will the Rages score on this huge opportunity, or will it be Chase University pick up more momentum and a different opponent next week? Let's find out and get our main event underway.
This is gonna be good. The following contest
so I get up,
is scheduled
to the page for my pain, no
for
quitter.
one fall.
Then my weight never
On
plays
the
back
way
critic.
to the
Learn from the
ring.
great to legitimate spitter.
Accompanied
Looking
by
at me, that's your first round move. I'm in your whole career right now, job Roush. Some of them are dumb as me, you ain't saying nothing, put me out of trouble. Time to believe that I'm coming, I'm focused, posing for the camera high. What I am exposing, they were out of line. My mind exploding, still wonder why this song fucking sucks. Okay, goodbye. Whoa, I ain't got no time for a fake fan. I've been cooking up heat like a frying pan. What has been my MO? Supply demand. Keep it coming up the wall. Spider-Man, think I need to calm down. Out of van, if only I could fly away. Peter Pan, know I ride that way. Then I export with the shit just too easy like an escort. Oh, wait, kinda getting bored. They got me feeling rich, but I'm living like a poor. Every night I lay in bed praying to the Lord like a midlife crisis. Can it be ignored? Stuck up in a loop and I'm losing sight. Things I used to love.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 460 pounds, the NXT Tag Team Champions.
And there's your bell. This non-title matchup is underway. The main event of NXT 2.0 is the Rages looking to earn a rematch next week at the Great American Bash special edition of NXT 2.0 for those NXT Tag Team titles, as Devon Rage gets things started off for the Rage family. Andre Chase, the leader of Chase University, gets things started off for his side, as Devon targets the hand of Chase and now goes in a amount of punches and ends with a stomp. Now Devon tries a springboard 450 splash but misses wildly, and Chase is able to get back to his feet and hits a punch. Now an Irish whip sends Devon to the apron, where Bodie is trying to attack him as well. Devon turns attention to Bodie, but Bodie was already long gone. Devon still going after Bodie, the long non-legal man in this matchup, and he is finally drop-kicked and sent to the outside. That allows Chase opportunity to lock in a submission, broken up by Matthew Rage. We have a chaotic start to this matchup, as Devon goes into mounted punches and tags in Matthew Rage. Bodie wants to tag for Chase University. He'll get it. Chase is going to head to the outside to try to recover. There's an Irish whip into the corner. Again, Hayward sent to the corner. Kick by Matthew. Now he heads to the middle rope and connects with a sunset flip. Bodie's head in the yellow zone now. Hayward forced up. And there's a series of punches from Matthew. Springboard kick connects. The beautiful disaster kick, made famous by Cody Rhodes. There's a series of punches by Rage. But now Bodie looking at some offense and goes for a backbreaker. And now continues to attack the body of Matthew. Now Matthew tossed across the ring by Hayward, showing off some power. There's a right from Hayward, and he's clubbing blows to the back. And an axe handle, and another. Now in comes Andre Chase. Rage showing off some power of his own with just one arm planting Chase into the mat. And now here comes Devon Rage. And they lock up. Irish whip into the corner. Devon has been close to tag team glory before in his former tag team, Bloody Cabbages, but has never been able to obtain the gold. He has an opportunity to redeem himself if he can get a victory here tonight, as Devon looks to take flight and connects with a beautiful drop kick from the top rope. High risk maneuver pays off there. But there's Chase with an arm drag, nearly sending Devon into the announce table. And now Chase thinking about going back inside the ring, but instead elects for some more offense. Chase still trying to make up his mind what exactly he wants to do here, but Devon doesn't allow him the time to, and he goes on the attack. Now we're on a count of 5. Irish whip to send Chase near the steel steps, and now Devon makes his way back to the ring. Will Chase University be counted out here? No, Devon's not going to allow that to happen. He doesn't want to win that way. He heads back outside and where the count will restart. Devon sent into the end of the entrance ramp, into that steel post there. Devon heads back inside the ring and now taunts his opponents, and now Andre Chase going after Dan Rage. We saw him go after Corey in match against the Falcon Claws, and now again trying to anger his opponents by going after their leader, or rather somebody they respect. If Dan Rage fights back, he disqualifies the Rage family. And Devon now fighting for the honor of Dan Rage, doing some damage to Andre Chase, sending him into the steel steps and to the ring apron there. Both Chase's body and head are in the red zone, and Chase may get an injury for his efforts. But now Devon sent into the steel steps. Radicano 6, now 7. Chase back into the ring. Chase telling Devon to bring it here. Chase University, fan favorites of the NXT universe, but looking a little heelish here in this matchup with how they have attacked Dan, and we've seen them do the same thing to Corey previously. There's a stunner to Devon, but a rope break, or stunner by Devon rather. In comes Matthew Rage. And his drop kick is evaded by Andre Chase. Rage lifted up. Chase looking for a submission perhaps. And that connects. Chase now has a finisher. And now Hayward, the much less injured member of Chase University, tagged in. But first it's a double team attack as they launch Matthew across the ring. Reversal by Matthew. Springboard disaster kick connects. In comes Devon Rage, who has a finisher built up, and somehow, despite the damage he took on the outside, is not injured at all. And Devon with a knee to the head of Hayward. He goes for cover. But Hayward's head now in the red zone. And somehow only gets a 1 count. Hayward forced up. Irish whip sends Hayward to the outside. Are they going to fight on the outside? Yes, they are. And with this non-title match being this brutal, just imagine what a tag team title match between these two would be. These two teams clearly do not like each other. And I believe Chase is now the legal man once again for Chase University. But both Chase University members are in the ring. And now belly-to-belly suplex from Chase to Rage. As Hayward finally gets to his feet, clearly in some pain. Uppercut by Chase. Both men have finishers built up and may be the first man to hit their finisher that wins this match for their team. Backbreaker by Chase. Devon now starting to suffer some damage, body in the orange zone, head in the yellow zone. As Chase is rolled up by Devon Rage. And Chase somehow gets out at 1, despite all the damage he's taken. Chase forced up. Devon's going for his finisher. F5 is reversed by Andre Chase and now has 2 finishers. And he connects with a suplex. Devon forced up. Another suplex connects. Now Devon's body in the red zone. He's at risk of injury. Hayward comes back in. Stomp to the back. Hayward with a huge power bomb to stun Devon Rage. And he has a finisher built up as well. I believe that was a signature of Hayward's. Hayward goes for cover. And Devon powers out at 2 to keep their title hopes alive. Devon forced up. Reversal by Devon. Slam by Rage. He goes for cover. Hayward powers out at 1. Devon in disbelief. Now all 4 men in the ring. Devon trying to clear the ring of the non-legal man, Andre Chase. Springboard cross body. Misses, and even though I wasn't installing Madden, so I thought, and I paused it earlier, it just installed. Nice. Now a series of elbows by Hayward. Stunner to Hayward. In comes the less injured member of the Rage family, Matthew Rage. Hayward forced up. Kick and suplex by Rage, but Hayward gets a rope break. Spear is evaded by Bodie Hayward. Stomp by Hayward. Reversal by Rage. What a great back and forth tag team contest and a main event worthy matchup. Matthew misses with the springboard senton. Now goes after the leg of Hayward. Hayward with a series of elbows. Reversal by Hayward. Hayward hits his finisher, goes for cover. And still this match continues. What is it going to take? NXT Universe loving this match, chanting tag team wrestling. We are seeing quite the tag team contest here as Hayward just simply tosses Matthew Rage over the ring. All 4 men have body parts in red zone now. We may see some injuries following this matchup. And now Matthew on the outside near both members of Chase University. Bodie perhaps heading back to the ring. Thought about changing his mind here, but now goes after Dan Rage. Remember, Dan just has to take it or else he disqualifies his team. Dan is stunned. Matthew going out to help him. His grandfather. And now Matthew fighting for the honor of his grandfather now, as well as that tag team title shot. And punishing Bodie for his actions. We're at a count of 5 now. Dan coming in for a closer look as Bodie gets punished against that barricade and he's stunned. Will the Rage family win by count out? No, Matthew not content to win that way. He heads back to the barricade to punish Bodie some more. Submission locked in, but remember, this match cannot be won outside the ring, even if Bodie taps. And now you can see an up close of that terrible face scan for Bodie Hayward, but that was the only one of him I could really find, so we'll have to live with it. As this match continues to be fought on the outside, Matthew bending back towards the ankles of Hayward. We're at a count of 8. Matthew heads back outside the ring. Now at 9. Will we see a count-out victory for the Rage family? Matthew says no, but that costs him. Neck breaker straight to Dan Rage. And Matthew does the same to Hayward. His finisher. Hayward using Matthew's finisher on Dan Rage. Matthew responding with one of his own to Hayward. Ultimate disrespect by Hayward, not only attacking Dan Rage, but using Matthew Rage's finisher on Dan Rage. And now, with Matthew sent over near the entrance ramp, he goes back after Dan Rage. But now Matthew back into the ring. Hayward back to the ring as well. Hayward going for the Three Amigos, perhaps. No, it's a suplex followed by a clothesline, and he goes for cover. Matthew somehow kicks out immediately, or maybe he just chose to break the hold for more punishment. Bodie goes for the Hayward, Bodie Hayward goes for the pin again. Matthew somehow powers out at 1. Hayward looking for a finisher. There it is again, a variation of the Rage of God, and he goes for cover. Matthew powers out at 1. What is it going to take this late in the match, and we're still seeing 1 and 2 counts? Andre Chase tagged in. Devon sent to the outside and stunned. Chase still has 2 finishers built up against a very damaged Matthew Rage, who reversed as one of those finishers and now has 2 finishers of his own. Chase lifted up. Sent into the ring rope. Leg drop by Matthew. Running attack to the head of Chase. Devon Rage tagged in. He has a finisher built up. And he's going to look for it here. Failed to connect with it earlier. Will he connect this time? No. Chase with a reversal. Body just too injured to be able to complete that F5. Chase now has 2 finishers built up, but there's a stunner, the signature of Devon Rage. He goes for cover. Hayward breaks up at 2. This tag team war continues. Choke slam by Devon to Hayward, the non-legal man for Chase University. Hayward responds with an elbow. Hayward heads back to the apron. Chase forced up. Reversal by Chase with a series of elbows. DDT by Chase. Arm breaker by Chase. It's an arm bar submission. Very high chance of injuries following this match. We'll definitely have to check the news to see if there are any. All 4 men have body parts in the red zone, have taken massive amounts of punishment. There is a Hurricane Rana reversal by Hayward. Devon dragged closer to center ring. Hayward goes for cover. And Devon powers out at 1. What is it going to take this late into the match? These many injuries and only a 1 count. Hayward looks to take flight here. Overshoots Devon Rage, and Devon stomps away at the ankle before tagging in Matthew Rage, who has 2 finishers built up. Bodie has none. There's one right there, a spear. Matthew goes for cover. Broken up by Chase at 2. All 4 men now in the ring. Chase sent to the outside. Leg drop by Matthew. Matthew tags in Devon Rage. Devon looking to take flight. He wants Bodie on his feet. Drop kick connects. There's a stomp to the chest. And now repeated knees into the hip of Hayward, trying to wear down that already injured body even more, and he goes for cover. Chase recovers and makes it back to the ring just in the nick of time, but Hayward is going to power on his own at 2, and now Chase will re-enter this match. He has 2 finishers built up to Devon's 0. If he can hit them, it may be a victory for Chase University if they can keep Matthew from breaking it up. Suplex by Chase. Now Chase working the arm of Devon Rage. In comes Buddy Hayward once again, who has a finisher built up. And he'll go for it here. Variation of the Rage of God. Goes for slash end of days. Hayward goes for cover. Matthew breaks up the cover just in nick of time, or it would have been a Chase University victory most likely. And now double team on Matthew Rage. As Hayward turns his attention back to Devon Rage. And hits the spinning back fist. Rage forced up. Powerbomb by Hayward. And an elbow drop. Sounds like Devon and Hayward, or rather Chase, are fighting on the outside here. You definitely hear some collisions happening on the outside. But Devon and Hayward are the legal men. Stunner by Rage. He goes for cover. With Chase and Matthew Rage tracked on the outside. Can he score the victory here? Yes! The Rage family win this tag team war and will rematch Chase University next week with the titles on the line.
So I get up, fit a page from my pain, no quitter.
Okay, and here is results and rankings update for this edition of NXT 2.0. Apollo Crews and Braun Breaker made an impromptu team to defeat the NXT champion Tony D'Angelo and his tag team partner and protege Channing Lorenzo. And then in women's tag team action, a number 1 contenders match to determine the opponents for Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade at NXT Great American Bash next week. It will be Kaden Carter and Katana Chance after they defeated Gigi Dolan and JC Jane of Toxic Attraction. Then in our first of 3 WITM matches, we saw Tiger Brown defeat his rival Cameron Grimes to get back into the win column. And our second of 3 WITM matches, we saw Darf unfortunately take a loss in his official debut against Joaquin Wilde of Legado del Fantasma and the D'Angelo family. And then we saw Devon and Matthew Rage in a tag team war defeat the NXT Tag Team Champions Chase University, meaning they will get a rematch next week against Chase University, but this time for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Now is that affecting rankings on NXT 2.0? Let's find out. The NXT Women's Tag Team Champions are Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade, number 1 contenders, and their opponents at NXT Great American Bash next week, Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. Number 2 contenders, Toxic Attraction. Number 3, Rage K47. Number 4, Valentina Feroz and Yulissa Leon. The NXT Women's Champion is Mandy Rose. Number 1 contender, Queen Alpaca. Now, unfortunately, Mandy Rose will not be defending the title at Great American Bash, otherwise Queen Alpaca would have a title shot, but if she still is in control of her own destiny. Number 2 is Alba Fire. Number 3, Electra Lopez. Number 4, Ivy Nile. Number 5, Indy Hartwell. Number 6, Lash Legend. Number 7, Nikita Lyons. Number 8, Tiffany Stratton. Number 9, Saray. Number 10, Wendy Chu. The NXT Tag Team Champions are Chase University. Number 1 contenders, Devon and Matthew Rage of the Rage family, and they will face Chase University at the Great American Bash next week for those NXT Tag Team titles. Number 2, Jensen and Briggs. Number 3, Anofe and Blade. Number 4, the Creed Brothers. And number 5, Pretty Deadly. The NXT North American Champion is Grayson Waller. Number contender, Giovanni Vinci. Number 2, Cabbages. Number 3, Nathan Frazier. Number 4, Trick Williams. Number 5, Solo Sikoa. Number 8, Von Wagner. Number 7, Darf. Number 8, Cheyenne Quinn. And number 9, A-Kid. Number 10, Carmelo Hayes. Number 11, Commander Aziz. Number 12, Wes Lee. The NXT Champion is Tony D'Angelo. Number 1 contender, Braun Breaker. Number 2, Apollo Cruz. Number 3, Santos Escobar. Number 4, Tiger Brown. Number 5, Cameron Grimes. Number 6, Joe Gacy. Number 7, Duke Hudson. And I believe Breaker and Cruz tagging together and winning means that Breaker will face D'Angelo for the NXT title at Great American Bash. Let me confirm that real quick. Never mind, I already closed the page, but I'm almost positive that's the case. And that brings us to NXT UK. We already know there will not be any WITM matches on that card, so I'll be back in a moment with your results and rankings update. Okay, and here is your results rankings update for NXT UK, a card that features some guests from NXT 2.0, one of which won a title from NXT UK, as they did in real life. Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs made a guest appearance on NXT UK to challenge for the UK Tag Team titles and won the NXT UK Tag Team titles. So the UK Tag Team titles now belong to an American team from NXT 2.0. Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs, as they defeated the former champions Oliver Carter and Ashton Smith, Rohan Raja and Tiamat of Die Family, and Mark and Joe Coffey of Gallus to become the NXT UK Tag Team Champions. So now they will appear on NXT UK as champions and also continue to compete on NXT 2.0, where they will no longer be a part of that tag team division until they drop the titles, but will still be able to make appearances in non-title matches as UK Tag Team Champions. And then in non-title action, the UK Women's Champion Blair Davenport defeated Amale, and Saray from NXT 2.0 made a guest appearance on NXT UK and defeated NXT UK's Nina Samuels. So a good night for NXT 2.0 members evading NXT UK. Now, does that affect the rankings on NXT UK? Let's find out. The NXT UK Women's Champion is Blair Davenport. Number 1 contender, Shia Brookside. Number 2, Aaliyah James. Number 3, Miko Satomura. Number 4, Isla Dawn. Number 5, Stevie Turner. Number 6, Amale. Number 7, Jenny. And number 8, Nina Samuels. The NXT UK Tag Team Champions are Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen. Number contenders, Gallus. Number 2, Die Family. And number 3, the former champions, Ashton Smith and Oliver Carter. The United Kingdom Champion is Ilya Dragunov. Number contender, Tyler Bates. Number 2, Trent Seven. Number 3, Rampage Brown. Number 4, Noam Dar. Number 5, Kenny Williams. Number 6, Primate. Number 7, Wolfgang. Number 8, Eddie Dennis. Number 9, Dave Mastiff. And number 10, Sam Gradwell. So now we advance to SmackDown. We already know that Austin Rage will be defending, or rather, Austin Rage will be going up against Jinder Mahal for the Intercontinental title, as he earned that shot last week on SmackDown. Will we see DJ Rage in action as well prior to his appearance in the 8-man ladder match at Money in the Bank? We will find out in just a moment. Okay, so DJ Rage has not been booked for the go-home edition of SmackDown prior to Money in the Bank, but we are going to see his brother Austin Rage in a huge main event, as he will be taking on the Intercontinental Jinder Mahal in a rematch from last week's SmackDown. I saw Austin Rage win and earn this match an Intercontinental Championship match against Jinder Mahal. If Austin Rage can defeat Jinder Mahal again, he will earn his first WWE Gold in his career and be the new Intercontinental Champion. We're also going to hear from the Money in the Bank men's ladder match participants. That means at the very least DJ Rage and Corey will be on the mic. So our final Money in the Bank pay-per-view build-up as well prior to the Money in the Bank event itself will take place on this edition of SmackDown. But that is going to do it for episode number 54. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell so you not miss any WITM action until episode number 55, where Jinder Mahal defends the Intercontinental title against WITM's Austin Rage, and we have our final Money in the Bank pay-per-view build-up. This is Corey with WITM CAW Wrestling, signing off.